Hi guys, welcome to the Soft and Tender podcast. My name is Sandra and I am your host. Happy Friday. I hope you've had a productive and fulfilling week. Well, I hope your week was not bad, even if it wasn't productive and even if it was not the best week. I hope it was not horrible. So I'm going to give you guys a quick brief of my week. Nothing serious happened. Just there was a lot of chilling this week. Nothing too serious. And then I traveled yesterday. Just mild regular stuff. So I wouldn't say I had a productive week, but I did not have an unproductive week. But compared to last week, it wasn't productive. So there's that. What else? So I don't know if you guys remember, but the last couple episodes, that's like the last couple episodes of 2022, maybe like in like the last 5, I don't know, I don't remember, but I started telling you guys random things that I was grateful and thankful for, in a habit to, remain grounded and thankful in every situation, regardless of what is happening. So today, I want to thank God for good health, because you guys, you have no idea, I'm having this horrible headache right now, and life without this horrible headache would be fantastic. So I'm really grateful. I'm grateful for good health, because it is really underrated, right? And most times it is until we don't have it, or until a family member doesn't have it, that's when we tend to appreciate it. Like now, I'm appreciating it only because I'm experiencing some discomfort. But regardless, I'm grateful for good health. So make sure you also, thank God for something, for some random stuff happening right now in your life. But that's that. So moving on, as you can tell by title, I'm going to be asking the question, baby or mother. So a couple weeks ago, I was scrolling through my Instagram, and then I saw a post that it was a repost of a tweet, right? And the person that tweeted, said that in a situation where they have to decide who to save between her and her baby, right? That she's going to insist that they save her, and she's going to tell whoever is supposed to give that permission if she's unable to choose to save her. And then I went through the comments, and a lot of people were saying that she was insensitive, and that if she's going to choose herself over her baby, then she's selfish. She has no regard for human life, blah, 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 blah. While some other comments were of the opinion that they would also choose to save themselves instead of the baby, and that they could always go ahead to have more children, yada. So I put a poll up on my Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm MOSANDRA, MOSANDRA. Right, so I put a poll up asking who my followers would choose to save. Like, would they choose to save the baby or the mother, and why? I also put a place for them to answer why, right? And 83% of the people that responded to the poll chose mother, and then the other set of people chose the baby. So before all of this, right, I just used to think that a mother's love would outweigh anything, and they would automatically want to save their baby instead. I've watched quite a number of movies where the mothers choose to save their babies, and in situations where they were unable to make that decision and they saved them instead of the babies, they were really upset, they felt guilty. Like, it even led to some of the relationships ending. So because of that, my mentality has always been that, the baby should be saved and not the mother. So, but like that's I'm sure that happened, or that thought was like from when I was a child. Because when I was not reading this post, I was suddenly like, I did not know what to think. Like, I was actually not thinking about it. Like, who does it make sense to save? Like, if you save the baby, then the baby is going to grow up motherless. If that woman already has children, right, her children are going to be forced to continue growing without a mother. Now, if she decides to save herself, or the mother is saved instead of the child, she always has another opportunity to give birth again, and she also gets the opportunity to continue being a mother to the children she already has. So the reason some of my followers gave for wanting to choose the baby is that the mother has already had a chance at life, and there's no reason why she should deny her child that chance. And so she's lived enough, and she can go, and her baby should also get a chance to live and have his or her own children as well, which makes sense if you think about it. But the real question is, what if, because now there are situations where they've chosen to save the babies and they've lost the mother, and at the end of the day, the baby also dies. So like, now that's double loss, right? So and now the other group of people, the 83% that said they would choose to save the mother, said that it's easier to mourn somebody that really hasn't lived, right? Agreed, you carry this person in your womb for 9 months, and this baby that you've adored, probably had a baby shower for, shopped for, is suddenly no more. Somebody said it's still much easier to mourn such a child or such a person that really hasn't lived and you've really not bonded with or had insane memories with. It's much easier than mourning a mother, because to mourn a mother, that mother probably has parents, right? So you send that person's parents into mourning, the person's spouse or partner, boyfriend, husband, whatever, is sent into mourning. If the person has children already, those children are also going to be sent into mourning, and they would have to grow up without a mother, which obviously we all know is not entirely enjoyable in most situations, right? And then if the person has siblings, friends, all the bonds the person has created with whoever is in their life, everybody's going to be thrown into mourning, right? So that made a lot of sense. Like, if there's a choice, if it's like it's unavoidable and the mother died and the baby managed to survive, that's a whole different ball game. But in a situation where there's a choice on who to save, right, I also now do believe that you should save the mother. So a couple other people also give their own opinions and said that they would choose to save the mother because she could always have children, have more children, and that it's much easier for the child to go than for the mother to go. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think the baby should be saved, or do you think the mother should be saved? Now, on the original post that I saw, right, there were so many comments, and one of them was of somebody saying that somebody she knew chose to save his child instead of his wife, and he regretted it. Like, he could not even look the baby in the eye, because every time he looked at the baby, he was reminded that he lost the love of his life and he could never get that bond back, and he could not even stand to take care of the child. All he did was like he had his in-laws take care of the child and then always sent them money, like, child support and stuff, until he was able to get over it to a certain degree, and then now took back custody of the child. So that really, like, that was some heavy stuff, because now he's feeling like he killed his wife, and he's the reason his wife excuse my English, he feels like he's the reason his wife is dead. And while that may not be so, it was like the woman died off of the choice he made. So yeah, some other people also said that they would not willingly leave or willingly choose to leave their children motherless. So if they were to choose between their wife and an unborn child, or because in most situations, right, so if they have to save a mother and a child, the baby hasn't been born yet or is in the process of being born, so technically an unborn child, they would choose their wife because that's the person they've grown to love. Like, you can't help but love your child, right? That's agape love. You don't really have a choice in the matter. But when you choose a spouse, that is somebody that has decided to love you despite knowing your flaws, somebody that has chosen to love you without being forced to, or without having natural love for you, right? And that such a bond is not easy to come by. So he would rather save his wife, and that he would never do that to his children, because like he already has children, right? He will never do that to his children and make them live without a mother just because he wants to save another child. Like, the ones that are alive also deserve, to have a mother in their lives if there's a choice involved. So yeah, I think that makes so much sense. Nobody really wants to die, and nobody wants to ever be in a situation where they ever have to choose between themselves and their child, or their wife and their child. Another commenter said that she was in such a situation, right? And she was telling the doctors that if it came to it, they should save her baby and not her. And her mother came up to her and was like, "But you're my baby, and I want them to save you, right? You can always have another baby." So now the grandmother of the unborn child was saying that she can have another baby, right? But her own daughter, who is deciding to save her life over the unborn child, can still have another child. So she should let the baby go and, not render her own mother childless. So this is a really complicated situation, and it's not an easy one. I don't think it can ever be an easy one, and nobody ever wants to be in a situation. So I pray that God will help us and we will not be put in such situation. It is like the most heartbreaking thing ever, because imagine if such person or such partners have been looking for a child for many years, and then they finally have the child, and the the mother doesn't survive because somebody made a choice. I know there are many situations and many stories that I have read where the mother has been waiting for like 15 years to conceive, and now she has finally conceived, and she's pregnant with twins, and time to deliver the babies, she dies, and then the babies are left motherless. That in most cases, the husbands are not even happy because, like, basically the babies they had been praying for killed the love of their life, and this is the person they have a bond with. This is the person that they've cried together, prayed together, just gone like that, trying to fulfill their dreams of becoming a parent. So it's never really easy. And yeah, I hope we're never in such a situation where we have to choose, or where a baby or mother has to give way for the other. Like, it's one of the worst things that could happen to anybody, any family. So yeah, I guess that's like the topic has been weighing really heavily on my mind. And like, what's alarmed me the most were the people that were saying that she doesn't deserve to have children if she's going to choose to save herself, that she should not be having children, she should not be allowed to, that she's selfish and self-centered and is only thinking about herself. And I was like, bruh, just because you decide to choose you doesn't necessarily mean you're selfish. It just means you're watching out for yourself. Because if it means you're selfish, right, you probably even choose the baby, because a lot of people are going to be in like mourning, are going to mourn deeply for many years if the mother were to go. Like, this is a mother that is probably in her 20s or 30s or 40s, that has built different bonds, colleagues, friends, best friends, husband, children, siblings, parents, so much employer-employee relationships. And yeah, so why would you willingly throw that many people into mourning? But I mean, I'm not saying the baby's life is worthless, but at this point, it's not like she's choosing to abort or something. She's Anyway, I just really hope we're not in such a situation where we have to decide for somebody or decide for ourselves. So yeah, that's basically, like I was saying earlier, all I wanted to discuss with you guys today. And yeah, it was weighing really heavily on my mind, and I just want you to know that if you do think that you will decide to save the mother, you're not wrong. And if you do think you deserve to save the baby, you're also not wrong. It's not an easy decision to make, and I doubt there's really a right or wrong answer. So yeah, that's all for today. Don't forget to share, like, you guys, I need you to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. So subscribe to my YouTube, follow on Instagram, follow on Twitter, share to your friends, share on your social media and tag me. Yeah, do everything you can to support me. Rate, review. I love reading your reviews. I love seeing 5 stars when I check my reviews. That makes me very happy, and that's thanks to you guys. So yeah, that will be all for this week, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.